Hey, welcome to Black Amethyst Oracle. This is Carmen. It's been a while. I'm finally in my new space, and I made this table, and the rest of the artwork is coming together, and you'll see it for a live soon. I'm really figuring that out. Today I'm going to tap into the equinox energy happening. Today is September 22nd, 2022. It's the fall equinox and first day of Libra. And as I was meditating here just a moment ago, lighting some incense and listening to the ticking of the clock in this room. That's a new sound for me when it's quiet here for the readings, and the communication between the crows outside. And there's just this really ominous feeling. We know with fall settling in, we begin to go return to self, return to center, and get cozy. And that's really what I want this reading to reflect today. I want to look for messages for you. So hopefully with synchronicity and divine intervention, you'll find something for yourself here in one of these readings if something draws you in. I'm just looking for messages about reconnecting to self and your higher calling, and things you may need to know heading into this new season about what's going on with you and emerging energies. Okay, so very general, very open. That's how I want to do it. We might have love popping up, we might have money popping up, all the things that that everybody wants to know. So let's just let me introduce you to the three groups. I'll insert a still. If you feel it, you feel it. If you don't, you don't. Never force it. Number one, we have River. And this is blue kyanite. There's a secret other card underneath. Number two is Moon with aragonite. You may find messages in more than one group. Number three is Wolf with black amethyst. I personally feel really strongly already with all three of these. So I'm just feeling really good about what's coming through and where we're gonna go with it. So I'll insert still now. Tap in, tune in, see what feels right for you, and hopefully I will get you something. See you. Hello to the first group, group one. You chose this blue kyanite and the river card, or one or the other, or both, and or the number one, significant as well. The other card that was beneath is ghost. So you have river and ghost. So just, for the start, this may or may not feel right for you, but you may be someone, you may have been drawn to this group if you have been in a space of possibly being too hard on yourself, letting something that has affected you, whether it was something that you've done or failed at, or you perceive yourself to have failed at, or something that someone has done to you, some way that you have been left to feel, something that lingers, like a ghost, something that haunts you, something that has been difficult to shake or let go of. There's feels like there's a sense for there's a need for like cleansing and releasing and going with the flow. This is all very easily metaphorical. River, ghost. I mean, I'm saying things that aren't that difficult to decipher with these two symbols, archetypes, whatever. So if you are in that space of needing to forgive yourself, needing to forgive someone else, needing to let things go, needing to be cleansed and purified, needing to just go with the flow and see where life is taking you now, and release from things that have been haunting you, lingering energy that has been, you know, and it's not always necessarily bad energy, it's just heavier. It's something that is affecting you to this day, you know, like I don't see ghost as a card, you know, as a negative thing all the time, but something has been possibly weighing on you that, you know, you could stand to free yourself from this, even if it's not negative energy per se. Like it could be just a hang up in your mentality about who you are and what you deserve. Do you know what I mean? So I'm using the WAYHOME deck for you all today, and I've already shuffled. So what I'd like to do just from the start is focus on what you need to hear, and let me just give me one moment. Let's do this. What does group 1 need to hear heading into this new season? Returning to center. Okay. So this is the Page of Swords and the Hanged Man, which is really just reiterating what I was talking about here. Just spending time kind of ruminating and thinking about something and kind of curious, a lot of curiosity with the Page of Swords, curious about what's going on, you know, like just curiosity. And then this sort of like feeling like you're on the brink of something, like something just is waiting just on the other side, you know, like it's just there, and it's so close, and that you can almost taste it, but you can't put your finger on it, you know what I mean? So if you've been feeling that way, okay, and then this hanged man here, like there's a whole new way within grasp for you. It is true, and it's your whole perspective seems to be swinging, you know, like swinging to like a pendulum to the other side, like something that you never saw yourself or imagined yourself seeing a certain way or thinking a certain way about something. Like maybe you've just come into this whole new sort of, you feel this light coming in, and it's going to shine on ideas that you just really had never considered before, right? Ooh, strong. Okay. It's weird. I get like a thump in my eardrums when a lot of times when it's time to stop, when I feel the card reach the top. It's real strong with this Nine of Cups and Hierophant. This question, you know, this curiosity that you have, and this awakening sort of sense that you're having, like what it is that's waiting on the other side of release for you, is definitely related to your wish fulfillment. Nine of Cups, your happiness and your bliss, and your, like, you know, this card has a hammock and a sunset, and it's beautiful, and it's fucking fantastic, right? And like, you want that, you deserve that, and you feel it's time, and you're maybe even tired. And the Hierophant here is that spiritual lesson. You know, you have quite possibly gone through something. Maybe this thing that lingers was just a gigantic upgrade in your path. You know, like like if you're playing a board game and you get, I don't know, I haven't played a board game in a long time, but like you get the opportunity to skip several spaces ahead. I feel like that was a board game thing. I really don't know what game I'm thinking of, but you, like, whatever this thing was, you know, even if it hung you up, and even if you felt like it snagged you and kept you stagnant for a sec, it actually has been quite a portal for you into, you know, finding what it is that you really need and what you really want and what's really going to make you feel fulfilled. And it's a spiritual lesson, just like I just got like a chocolate, you know, like you don't know what's inside from a box, you know, whatever, like fancy chocolates, and you don't know what's going to be inside, and you bite into it with a little apprehension because maybe it's a flavor you're not going to dig or whatever, but you bite in and it's every possible favorite thing you could want inside your chocolate, and you're like stoked, right? So that's kind of like what's imminent here and happening. And let's see what's emerging and coming up shortly. Oh, I can't, hold on. Okay, it was this one. Sorry. All right. King of Pentacles. Okay. Three of Pentacles. So there's a real tie in here to your comfort and your home and your work life. Like, this is like real coming into your own idea of security, your own, you know, your needs, the things are being able to put around yourself the things that make you feel at home. Whether, you know, not just the things, like certainly the things. This is heavily materialistic, actually, and I don't say that in a bad way. It's that cozy energy that I was talking about that comes with approaching a seasonal change, like when we're heading into I realize I don't know if anyone even watches me in a different hemisphere, so I'm definitely talking about winter coming. So, you know, we've got the start of fall, and it feels like this prelude, right, to settling in, and you want to make it exactly how you want it, you know, so that, you know, you're cozy. And so coming in for you is a real feeling of having that gathered around you, having a sense of ownership over your space, ownership over your you know, getting the things you need and want around you, and the people, and the, you know, being really discerning about what type of energy in both object and creature, human, other or otherwise, spiritual, you know, around you. Like gathering your support system, your team, your, you know, like I said, the objects around you that make you happy. This is, you know, King of Pentacles is Taurus energy, it's earth energy. And I don't like personally the way a lot of readers throw astrological signs into the readings, because that's supposed to, you know, symbolize like somebody or something, because that's just not how I do it. I'm talking about the energy of really just knowing what you want and trying to, like, striving to make that happen, for yourself. Like knowing that when you operate from a place of your own peace and satisfaction, that you are able to give so much more to anybody else who's around, and really also just be able to let everything else go that doesn't really fit well into your scheme, you know? And with Three of Pentacles being this collaborative work energy, yeah, there's you gathering your team. It's your team of, you know, I'll just speak from, you know, for me, it could be, I go in and out of like which crystals and stones I'm feeling connected to. And like lately I've been using this lapis lazuli, and like, you know, it's kind of that feeling. It's that knowing the things you need around you. I just washed the blanket that I keep on my couch, and it's just so fresh and clean, and you know, I probably should wash it more often, but like, it's just really like cleaning up your vibe, your physical, material, object space, and like making it yours, feeling really like it's personalized, customized to like your own personal needs and support. It's like you're creating your own support in doing that. And then also the people around you, like I said, just being more discerning about who's around you and what it is they're in it for, what you're getting, what you're giving. Is it balanced? Is it fair? And then, you know, your spirit team, big message, calling in the guides that you need around you, your ancestors, your, you know, just spiritual connectedness that you have, like whatever form that is for you. You know, sometimes it's archetypes. Sometimes I feel the presence of an archetype around me, like a goddess, you know, more often than gods for me personally. But, you know, it could be that. It could be feeling an ancestor, feeling a more recently departed relative, feeling just guides that you have no idea how you're connected to them, but for whatever reason, they are there for you and helping sort of like ease you, comfort you, and show you the way, right? Okay. How can group one more specifically, how can group one ease into center? Okay. We have judgment. It's a decision that needs to be made. Can I get more? Okay, so there's a decision that needs to be made about what you're reaching for, what you're, is this in there? Oh man, I knew I had a bigger table, but hold on a sec, sorry. Live and learn, I gotta figure this out. It's my first reading on this table. I'm very sorry. I don't like to be like this, but I really want to be able to see them. Let's go up here. Just do it like this. Is that good enough? All right. So regarding you being able to ease into center, advice from Spirit here for me today is to tell you that there's a decision that you need to make about the way you're approaching your goals, and maybe the training or learning practices that you're indulging in. Maybe it is just to simply take that step. You know, this is one of my favorite judgment cards. It has the cicada coming out of the shell and going up at shell. You know what it is. It's not a shell, but anyway, the cicada coming out and with its whole new self. And this is much different than the transformation of, say, like a butterfly. It's like, to me, it's such a, okay, so like the butterfly is this full transformation that, you know, it's just like going from one sense of being to another, right? Where this particular feeling is with the cicada is much more about purpose. It's about, because the way cicadas live, I mean, they all have purpose. All of these butterflies do too. But the way the cicada works, and the synchronicity involved, and the dedication to becoming this other thing is just quite striking to me. And I feel it's necessary here with this message, because it has to do with your genuine purpose, which is, I'm just trying to draw the distinction between like the way I see like a butterfly transformation versus a cicada transformation. The cicada one has more to do with purpose, whereas I think the butterfly is more about the act of transformation and like change. This is a decision about your purpose and knowing how to get to it. And it feels like you must have some idea. And if you don't, it's going to be a little too personal to prescribe that in a general reading. So I hesitate to try to find out, like, you know, an answer to that. Like how, if you don't know what it is, you know, that you need to work on, or, you know, Eight of Pentacles is that apprenticeship and learning and skill building, and, you know, finding a mentor type of thing. Like really just looking ahead to where it is you want to be and figure out the steps to get there. So there's definitely a decision involved in doing that for you. And, you know, I just feel that the work ahead will be fairly smooth for you once the decision is made. I feel that the path to where you're going is very, at this point now, after what you've been through, more simplified, more, the signs won't be difficult to miss, you know what I mean? What kind of energy may be coming in this next season for group 1? Okay, 9 of Swords, but let me... The Sun, okay. 9 of Swords is a terrible, usually a terrible energy. So I immediately felt when I saw it that it wasn't that you were about to become miserable. I really did not feel that. So, you know, that's the thing. That's another thing. Like, I don't read reversals because I use intuition so strongly that I trust myself more than the sync of the position of the cards necessarily. I don't use formulaic layouts. I use my own heavily intuitive reader rather than using a lot of the standards other people use, just FYI. But so yeah, like I got this 9 of Swords, which is, you know, this nightmare energy. It's like anxiety and regret and guilt and just this bad, you know, this bad energy. It's one of my least favorite cards. I struggle with the 9 of Swords. But, you know, for me, you got the Sun here. So I asked what was happening, and it feels to me like what is happening is you are moving on from this energy to the best possible energy, the Sun. It literally, in the entire tarot deck, the Sun is one of my favorite cards. It's the most fabulous future card, and this is a future question. So for coming in for you is the relief of any you know, darkness that has been lingering, and things that need to be gone, and the smoke needs to clear, so that here we have the Sun. I mean, if you can see, you know, If you're gonna go from this to this coming up, that's not a bad deal. That's a pretty good sign. So I hesitate to do it, but because this you know, unless what has been holding you back is love related, there hasn't been love stuff in here. And sometimes that's for the best. Sometimes that's just spiritual guidance at its highest, is like just really bringing it back to you and bringing it back to who you are. But just in case you're curious about romance, let me just see, what is the forecast? What is the forecast for romance energy for group 1? What is the romance energy in the next season for group 1? Oh, so I just lost my breath for a second. Hold on. I think it wants to be this one. The Fool. Let's put it right here. The Fool is the you know, stepping into the new and the unknown, and being ready and excited about a new adventure. So there could be a new start coming in with someone that you know very little about, someone new, someone that you've only just met, or someone that you will meet. It's taking a chance and feeling just really excited about it. And is there anything else about romance in this Fool? The Tower. Okay, so this new start may come with a load of revelation. So a lot of people really cringe at seeing the Tower, and I've come to appreciate it so much more, because I don't always read it as some big fallout or some big, you know, upset in life. I also read it very much as just radical clarity, radical, like the whole, just everything really, all the preconceived ideas, everything that you thought, really falling away, and really just standing there looking with so much clarity in, you know, at in the wake of whatever happened, to see what is real and true. And there's a quote that I love that I've held on to for years, and it was Ninja from Deontward said, "The only real things in life is the unexpected things. Everything else is an illusion." And it's true. Like, you know, there's a lot of sayings about like plans and, you know, I don't, you know what I'm talking about, but this is about unexpected things happening that change your whole understanding of how things work, you know, like the reality, like what is reality? Like you have this idea that it's going to be this way, and you know, and then you find out we only design so much. Like here you are over here in King of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, you know, really setting up your zone, setting up your you know, your support, your energetic support environment, right? And then as far as like romance goes, it looks to me like something new and brand new, unexpected and brand new is coming in, and it's going to show you just that everything you thought before, I'm not going to say you were wrong, but that you were just like, believing in old way, you know, like believing in old system, believing how it was supposed to be based on things you just knew to be true at the time, but now is radical revelation and truth coming crashing in. And like, I think it's related to this new romance. And I want one more card about this. Six of Swords, perfect. Moving on from stormy weather to smooth seas, right? Six of Swords, if you can see this card, has flowers growing from the swords, you know, and the blades have fallen away. It's really just a beautiful energy of forgiveness, which is heavy in this river card, release, letting go, and just moving forward in positivity. Like, I feel that for you, something you're letting go and moving forward, and the clarity is coming, new you, new life, new, you know, new changes that you just really never thought were possible before. And it's like back to this daughter, you know, Page of Swords and Hanged Man, you know, where there's this feeling of something just being right there, like you're just, it's coming. And you're right, it is. And it's just a whole new world just waiting, just brimming, you know, like, and it's right there. And you're really about to really step into it. And I think the biggest indication here of, you know, what you can control is the decision about how you're moving toward your, you know, your calling or your purpose, and a decision to grow your skills and your passion, you know, not romantic passion, but your fulfillment, like grow toward that and like make a move toward that. That's about the only thing in your actual hands. A lot of this reading, there's a lot of major arcana here. There's Hanged Man, Hierophant, Fool, Tower, Judgment, and Sun. So a lot of this isn't even about like the choices in your free will that's happening. This is about you being at a really huge crux, you know, and I see good things for you. What can I ask? Can I have one message about letting go and forgiveness and whatever's happened? Ten of Swords. Well, that's really just an echo of letting it go. That's something is over and done. I just felt the words, you know, don't beat a dead horse, which is weird, but it's just over. It's just over. There's no point. Like, you have to reach this resolution with yourself, within yourself, that it's just simply done. That it's a closed chapter. And whatever closure means to you, you know, you need to find that for yourself and don't expect it from oh, yeah. Sorry, hold on, my painting just fucking crashed. Uh-oh. Okay, it's all right. Sorry, I'm working on this giant thing for the wall. I'm excited for you to see it. So yeah, this Ten of Swords for the closure and the ending that you need is really just in your own mentality, and it's in your own ability to decide that it's done, and understanding that you can't get closure from another person, that it's really your doing, it's your decision, it's your letting go, it's your release. You're the one who owns that. And one more about this release and letting go of what one has been through. Four of Wands. For me, Four of Wands is about always, and for a lot of people, always about synchronicity and, you know, just really just a solid, it's such a great card. I love the Four of Wands. Like, it's just like this solid foundation. It's the synchronicity. It's things being how they're meant to be. Everything in its right place. It's you know, the four corners, and it's the 11:11. It's everything coming together to build, you know, the foundation for everything else to be on. And I love this card in particular because it's different from so many other variations of Four of Wands, and it's just this, they've built this campfire with these four wands, and there's these beautiful lights, and which signifies like a happy event. And you know, for me, I just think that you need to just, you know, the Three of Wands just before the Four is about looking toward the future and planning ahead and looking at the bigger picture. And once you get to the Four of Wands, that's getting it. That's getting there. And you just need to, I believe, like, you need to have faith in divine timing, in interruption, in, you know, things, some things don't work out because they were not as good as you need and as you will have. And that's just that's what I have for you. I really I think I'll just leave it at this, and yeah. Is there anything else? Why is it so hard to stop? Sometimes it's really hard to stop. Hold on, I'm just gonna get a really random message, okay? Here. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, your whole place right now in all these majors, there's a lot that has to do with you really tending to your garden in a way. I mean, I know that's cheesy because this is a garden picture, but like, it's true. Like, the seven is the investment, and you know, taking care of where you put your energy so that what you get in return is fruitful and abundant. So I feel for you, a real primary focus is really just making sure where you put your energy, where you invest your time and give of your love and yourself, has to be very mindful and very intentional for you. And that's what I have. All right, so beautiful. Thank you, group one, and I hope I see you again. Hi to group two. You chose the aragonite, the moon, maybe both, or number two, and the secret card was the Traveler. And I'm using the SEAWITCH deck for you today. These two are just, you know, may or may not feel like you. Doesn't necessarily have to mean that you can't find messages here, but it speaks of you potentially being in a place of really needing to put yourself first, really needing to just get into a mindset of manifesting your own destiny, you know, like really just connectedness to your own knowing and your own journey. Like, maybe you, I hate to say this because it's very similar to messages that were in the last group, but even with aragonite is useful for, you know, moving forward from pain. And, you know, in this particular deck, the Untamed Elemental, moon is about, you know, devotion, and but, you know, moon is also in tarot and largely in other archetypes. The moon has a lot to do with just like what is hidden, what is to be revealed, you know, cutting, you know, honoring and yet cutting through confusion, like understanding the changeability of ourselves. Traveler being, you know, just opening yourself to possibilities, you know. So I just feel like there's an energy that I can't escape, of it being a crucial time to move on from, maybe you've been involved in something that wasn't in your best interest. Maybe not, but I can't help but feel that and mention that. However, you know, either way, this is speaking about a time for you to really just dedicate more time and energy to your own personal journey and your own experience here. You know, it's YOLO. This is your life, and you're the only one who gets to live it. And other people will put demands on you and put their wishes on you, and society has its constraints, and capitalism has its bullshit. But like, there's a lot that is involved in you recognizing all of that, finding the truth through your experience, and finding, you know, clues, really, like finding, it's almost like I get a feeling of like a scavenger hunt. Like, you're told to look for this, you get a hint or a clue or something synchronous happens, and you're like, oh, and you need to follow that, and it will uncover just greater clarity and truth about like where you're going and what you're doing. So this reading is meant to focus on kind of what you need to know about kind of where you've been, where you're headed, you know, returning to center, and then we'll get farther in. I don't know if the layout will be the same as the last. I've already forgotten. I've already forgotten how I did that. These are already shuffled, so I'll skip the loud part and just kind of get into this. What does group 2 need to know about returning to self, returning to center? What's been going on? Queen of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. So you may have been feeling this surge of independence, and you know, like, you know what, it's time to look out for me, and that may already be a present energy for you. Just this knowingness of, you know, that you can take care of yourself, like whatever it is, you know, wherever you've been, like it's an ownership of your journey, as I was saying. Yeah, Queen of Swords to Ace of Pentacles. This relationship, you know, between these two cards is definitely speaking about you looking out for number one, putting yourself first for a change, and being able to invest in your own life and your own growth and your own, you know, security, and to make your experience what it is you want to experience. So yeah, this all just really echoed for me. I don't know if it sounded like it to you, but it does feel like a confirmation of the energy. So chances are, if you're this far in, you relate to these things that I've been saying. So number 2, returning to center, taking on the next. We have the Empress. 2, this Empress, and turning to center, taking on the next. 9 of Pentacles. Wow. Honestly, you know, the Empress is a very, you know, she's our abundant Queen of Queens. She's beautiful. She's Venus, and she's in her element, and she's in her own just sort of power of manifestation, of the returns of all the labor, of the of just the beauty. Like, she's a radiant Empress, you know, and you don't have to be a female to feel this, but you know, this is boss energy, you know, and it really, with the Queen of Swords, big time. But 9 of Pentacles, of all things, very much, you know, self-love, self-care, just looking out for what you need and want, and really going for that, and also some need for alone time, like space and independence. This is very independent. So you may find that being alone, you know, I don't mean like secluded necessarily or isolated, but being sort of independent-minded, independently focused on your own, you know, creation and abundance of what it is you want your life to be, and will only allow your beauty and your attraction to really work for you, you know. So it may be a time of, this is like, so far all of this is a very like superpower, like superhero, you know, like, you know, like this, just a real, like I said, boss here, but like just a real baddie, you know, like somebody just being like, you know what, I'm gonna figure this out for myself because nobody else is. And you know, I like being with myself. I'm fine. I'm good. You know, like, I have a lot to offer, and I'm not giving it away for free. You know, I need to get something too. I got like 6 of Pentacle vibe on that. Like, I need reciprocity. No more just giving of myself, you know, to leeches. Like, there's just a vibe here of kind of just having had enough, and really feeling like it's time for yourself to receive. Okay. And then what kind of energy is ahead in this respect for number 2? What kind of energy is ahead? That's the Princess of Pentacles, which is the Page. And the 9 of Cups. So gorgeous also. There's so much feminine energy in this reading, that if you're a male person, sex, whatever, or don't identify as female, I would say that your divine feminine energy inside of you is really grabbing a front seat, you know, like really just like getting in the driver's seat in a way, like really just kind of taking over. There's a ton of feminine energy, goddess energy in this. Princess, Page of Pentacles and Nine of Cups, really talking about your sort of a renewed perspective on getting what you want, which really just echoes what I was saying back here. Like it felt like you were just had enough. And you know, this is really pretty. This mermaid just looking up and just really just having this real reverence for beauty, for comfort, for this need to understand your own self and your own wishes and your own desires, and really formulating a plan to get yourself to your best version. Like this is a huge, you know, I know self-care is like a hot buzz term or whatever. This whole reading, there's so much self-care, there's so much goddess energy here. Like there's just a real feeling of coming up energetically and seeing yourself for all that you have and all that you are and all that you can give, and sort of like what you're willing to give and what you're willing to accept, and just a real advance in your maturity and your grace. What kind of message can I give group 2 about returning to center in the next season? We have an 8 of Wands. That's a lot of excited energy. You may thrive in the fall. That may be your time of like waking up, whereas a lot of people are starting to cozy down and go to sleep. You may feel revived, maybe the fresh, you know, all the scents of autumn and the colors of the golden hues, and just all of these things may sort of bring you to life in a way where they kind of tuck others in, you know. That's just a feeling. And what else? 5 of Pentacles. This may be a time where you're assessing, you know, assessing your value, your worth, you know, like I said, it's really just keeps repeating this message of you really just kind of like having a renewed crush on yourself, or like a new crush on yourself, or just sort of moving toward, I mean, this is 5 of Pentacles, which has a lot to do with your, you know, lack mentality and stuff. And I feel, I'm reading this intuitively, and I feel that it has to do with like you being like, you know, moving away from that energy, actually, more of a reversal, you know, like I feel more of a 6 of Pentacles energy, or actually more of a 6 of Wands energy, which would be, you know, just self-respect and sort of honoring who you are, and being like, this is a real groove back kind of vibe. Getting your groove back, if you know what I'm talking about. How can group 2 move into this feeling of higher worth and comfort? 3 of Wands. Just look at the big picture, you know, think about your future, plan ahead, stay focused on that. I get vision boards, like, you know, like really just just really manifestation. Like Three of Wands is manifestation, whereas, you know, the Three of Pentacles would have been more about like working with others to make things happen. This is really just your magic and your fire and your ability to, you know, look at your life, look at your future, look at how you want it to be, plan it, make it happen. So you really just have to, you know, face forward, look up, look ahead, and just really stand in a powerful place that you seem to already be coming into or in, and really just take it on and just be, I do not know why superheroes keep coming up, but I mean, and like I said, you don't have to be a woman seeing this, but like I just get such a Wonder Woman vibe from this. Like really, it's just this badass energy, and it's just like, don't forget who you are. Don't let anything knock you off, because you're coming into a place of, you know, where we go through these spurts of like, of freshness and vitality. Like we get, you know, life is funny and it's ups and downs. And when you're on an up and you're like, nah, man, I'm gonna make this happen. This is my shit. This is what I do. This is what I want. And if you're in that energy, run with it while you got it, because there's always like, you know, it comes around and goes around, and the next thing you know, like you might not be feeling as powerful. So I really get the feeling that you should harness the energy while it's very present with you, and it feels very present with you. Like this is a, yeah. Wow. I don't know if you could hear my stomach. That was insane. I'm hungry. All right. And another about how to make it all happen. Ooh, that one felt funny. Hold on. I think it's this one. Yeah. Ace of Wands. You got this. Take that magic wand, take that spark of inspiration and run with it. Like I just told you, just go with it. Go with it while you got it. It's like, if you consider it like a relay race, you're on a team and you guys are passing the baton, and it's your turn to run a stint, and you got to pass it to someone else. Don't, you know, this isn't necessarily, probably a bad analogy, but like, it's not necessarily about you like passing the baton to someone else and like getting it there on time, but it's about you running with it while you've got it, running to your I just saw like a wild horse, like just running so free and so wild and so just for the pure satisfaction and the pure, the glorious feeling of being fast, you know, like just really opening up and going for it. That's your energy, and that's what you are being urged to hold on to and to like take advantage of right now. Okay. This is such a self-focused reading, even more so than the last, that I hesitate to do it, but everyone wants to know about love, so I do want to ask about romance. Although I do have a strong feeling that you would do well to just let it happen. You know what I mean? Like just do you, and you're attracting everything you need, and you'll know when it's right. And so like I do have a strong feeling of, you know, romantically for you, just it's gonna come, it's the same, like focus on yourself and let that shit be what it is, and let the I just heard like, may the odds be ever in your favor. You know, like that's kind of your vibe to you know, from Hunger Games. That's your vibe. That's this Queen of Swords. That's this Empress. That's so many of these cards. That's you saying, I'm doing my thing, and if we sync up, cool. If you're not meant to be in alignment with me, just get out of my way. That's really the vibe I have for you. So, but I will ask, romantically speaking, Is there anything in the next season that we should know about romance for number 2? Oh my. 10 of Swords. You are closing something. You are closing a chapter. It feels like that. You are done with something. You're ready to bring on the next and the new. Next. Sorry. I have a lot of inside jokes in my head. And that one just referred to a friend of mine and her casual approach to may the odds be ever in your favor. You know, it's just kind of like, okay, next. You get it. Okay. Another message about romance life in the next season for number 2. Okay, we'll take this one. Ooh, Queen of Wands. Wow, what a powerful lady energy in this reading. These two queens, the swords and the wands, you better be careful messing. People better be careful messing with you at this point, because you know what you want and you know how to get it, and you're not settling for less. You've already been through that. You've already done that. It's time for like the real. And the Queen of Wands, you know, here this 3 of Wands, this Ace of Wands, that inspiration, that creative power, that manifestation ability. She's the witchiest queen, you know, she makes shit happen. She's seductive and alluring. She's, you know, she's practically a siren, you know, a mermaid. She calls in what's meant to be, you know. Ooh, I'm digging it. All right, let's get one more about romance in the next season for number 2. Okay, I don't know. Hold on. All right, I'll take it. Prince of Swords. That's a Knight of Swords. So I'm going to take this as a sign that someone may be coming in, someone who may be less experienced, possibly younger, but certainly somebody who is very curious and very interested in getting to know you, like interested in knowing how your mind works. Like you, oh, that's funny. I just said about the siren, the mermaid, and I know this is the SEAWITCH deck, but not all the cards have pictures. And we have here, she's over here in this water. Look at the Prince of Swords. I don't have my glasses on. Is that see, it could be a lady. Prince of Swords, a person. The Knight of Swords, a person who is just like hearing the call, hearing the feeling, the attraction, feeling the vibe from you. If you know, definitely somebody who is wanting to know more, wanting to talk to you, wanting to get to know you, wanting to know how your mind, like what makes you tick, what you think about, what you want, what you're going for in life. Your drive right now will be very attractive. What can I tell group 2 about more about what I don't know. What can I tell group 2 about more about what lies ahead, what they can be excited about? What can group 2 be excited about what lies ahead? 2 of Wands. such a wandy, fiery, inspired reading for you at this point. I mean, you have the Queen here, and this is the 2 aces in your reading, which is indicative of this whole new kind of start, but also, you know, just across the bottom here. Anyway, whatever. You know what? You heard me. 2 of Wands, for more of what's coming. That's, you know, knowing what you want. Knowing, bossing. Like knowing what you want and knowing how to get it. Knowing what to do. Feeling empowered. And the Hanged Man. I don't want to misread. Hanged Man comes as a loaded card. Just really speaking about a new perspective that you're having. It's really just taking your time, you know, like you do have an 8 of Wands over here. You may feel, sometimes you feel so empowered that it's easy to just move forward like on instinct and just be like, yeah. But like, don't feel that like you've got it so under control and you're just so confident that you can just move without without skipping a beat, you know, like don't ever like force yourself or rush yourself. Like when you're making these decisions, when you feel you know what you want, it's okay to mull it over. It's okay to take a beat and like stop for a sec and just, you know, just pause. I think pauses are fine before action. Pause before any moves. Slow everything down. I think this feels like the message that's coming through is super relevant, actually. Like with all this fire, I was talking about all these wands, I was talking about all this fire, and I know fire burns fast. It's a fast element. And like what you have to keep in mind is, like I said, that overconfidence. You don't want to just get so caught up in feeling so good and so powerful that you think you can't misstep. So definitely remember to take moments, take pauses, and even though you know what you want, you know how to get it, like it's okay to wait a sec. You don't owe anybody an answer immediately. You don't even owe yourself an immediate action, you know? It's okay to slow it down. That's what I get for that for you. And is there another just completely random message? Is there something that Group 2 should know? Okay. Strength. Yeah. Strength is right. Stay strong, stay steady, stay bold, be brave. It's too obvious. I need more. I do feel that this is a message that, you know, strength is on your side right now, and a great vitality, like a great, you know, the strength being associated with Leo and the sun. I think there's just a lot of, you know, radiant energy on in your energy right now. Like it's very like I said, attractive, and it's very empowered. But there must be more to this message. I do feel, you know, like I said before, you may be feeling ready to take on anything, and tread, you know, into dangerous territory even, but just there is a feeling of, you know, just don't get so caught up that you stop thinking, you know, like there's a lot of wands here, and, you know, a couple pentacles. Yeah. But, yeah, pentacles, 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 and wands. Earth and fire, big time magic. Makes a lot of sense. There's only one cups that's emotional. This is your only swords, is this queen. And I'm telling you, this, oh no, this 10 of swords, the finality. Yeah, you don't stop, you know, the part where you think things through before you act. But can I just get more about this strength card? I want to. Here's one. Strength. Why strength? Six of Pentacles. Okay. This really just goes back to the romance part. Keep in mind what your end game is, your end goal, King of Pentacles, like what it is, what your ideal life looks like, your ideal home, your ideal family, your you know, your biggest boss energy, you know, like what it is you want to have ultimately around you, but also like ultimate power over, like what it is that, what is your kingdom made of, you know what I mean? And then the Six of Pentacles did show up. I feel like I mentioned that earlier, but this is the reciprocity, and you have to be strong and make sure that anything you're giving to, anything that you're giving to, that you're being there for, that you're diving into and like taking on, that it really ultimately is a reciprocal relationship, that you're staying kind, you're staying humble, you're not getting caught up in ego, you're not overly cocky, and that you keep your eye on this prize, and you know how you want things to be, but make sure that everything that you let in is gentle with your spirit, and that you are being you know, mindful and reverent to other people's spirits as well. Because it's easy in the physical realm, especially with, you know, when the fire gets going and there's all these pentacles, it's easy in the physical realm to just move through the life part and not really consider the damage in the wake, or like your own personal damage that you're inflicting on yourself as you make choices and do things. So this is just telling me, like, keep a strong handle on your humility, and slow it down, and don't forget about what you are ultimately trying to do, and don't let the kindness of your spirit fall away in all of this, like what's the word, like feeling really built up, feeling really like gassed up, you know what I mean? Okay, so that's what I have, and I hope it was helpful, and I will see you again. Bye. Hi to group 3. You chose the Wolf card and the Black Amethyst, or the number 3, or any combination of those things, or whatever. And I'm using the FLUX ARCANA Tarot deck for you. The other Oracle card that was hidden is Star. So, you know, this just gives me a feeling of a present energy for this reading that is about trusting your intuition, just an ancient ancestral connectedness, you know, like a community feeling. Like wolf means so many things. There's loyalty to tribe, there's belonging, there's instinct and trust. For me, it's hugely related to trusting your instincts. And then Star is in tarot often about that spiritual connectedness and hope and beauty. But in this deck, there's also, what was it? There's something about vulnerability and renewal, you know? So I think, and especially the Black Amethyst, you know, the namesake of the channel, is about that ultimate groundedness and connectedness, you know, like it's all the chakras, it's your base is anchored at the core of the earth, and your crown is open to receiving, you know, everything from the spiritual realm. So I feel for this particular group, just a strong energy of being in a place where you can or need to listen to your instincts, tap into your wild nature. There's a book, you know, it's Clarissa Pinkolas Estes, and it's or maybe I mixed her name up, it might be the other way around, but it's called Women Who Run with the Wolves, I think is what it's called. I've had it for years, and it's in my bedroom, and I pick it up and read from it often. And there's you know, you don't have to be a woman to be appreciating any of this for yourself and getting messages for yourself from it. However, it is a largely feminine energy that I'm feeling, and I did in the last as well. Go figure, you know, whatever. Even male sex people or non-sex or whatever, who see this can connect to it, because within you there is this this energy as well. So I feel a strong third eye kind of connectedness. That's all I know. I don't really know how else to say it. Like, I just feel like you can hear your kindred spirits, you know, you can hear each other calling out, and it's like spiritual peers, you know. In a way, there's ancestral, you know, and there's elders, and I feel that. But for you, your group more even specifically, there's also this feeling of kindred spirits, finding one another in the spiritual realm, maybe manifesting that in the physical, you know, coming together. So you may form new relationships or deepen relationships with people as you realize that you're like made of the same stuff, and you have much to offer and lend to each other with regard to growth and getting through this life. So, all right. Put these on here for a sec. I did shuffle before nicely. All right. Well, okay. What can you tell me about group 3 with regard to return to center? 3 of Cups. Queen of Swords. So like I said, there's this kindred peer thing happen, the kindred spiritual peers thing happening. Like I often feel elders and ancestors, like I said, like, you know, want to reach you, want to reach me, whatever. This is really a strong feeling of friends and you know, siblings, cousins, like your own kind of tribe, and this feeling of recognizing that, and even you being a bit of a guiding force among you all. You may be more of a leader personality, more of someone who speaks wisely, someone who seems to know things, you know, who has experience and wisdom to offer to your own peers. So that may be happening with you. That's definitely, this has happened, oh, I just got chills. This has happened in all three readings, where the first two cards out really echoed the initial energetic vibe, you know, with the two oracles. But yeah, what I was talking about, with the community feeling, and the you know, Three of Cups being kind of like so many things. It's deeply social, but it's also, you know, sometimes you'll see the three goddesses, like, right, the crone, there's the I don't remember how it's put, but there's like the child, the mother, and the crone kind of vibe, or like three different types of witches, or like this whole, just this communal kind of like gathering of energies that span time and experience. And yet that your reading so far is giving me a big feeling of you specifically being someone who has wisdom and words and knowledge to share. And especially beneath the star here, like there's just a real connectedness that you have, that you're able to give to others around you, and then you'll all benefit in the amplification, or, you know, of this kind of energy. If you think of yourself as a conduit, and, you know, and you're bringing spiritual download, and you're sharing deeply among, you know, your own peers or whatever, then they themselves amplify it, and it's just like a louder, more powerful resonance, you know, for all of us in this realm. Tell me more about number 3, returning to center. Hanged Man. And Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, so after a lot of reflection, after some, you know, some time, possibly to yourself, but definitely in your head, and sort of trying to look at things from different angles, and, you know, typical Hanged Man stuff, you're just chilling upside down, listening like this bat hanging upside down, just chilling, and really just looking at things differently. And I get the feeling of you wanting to appreciate things differently, take them for their deeper meaning and their deeper value, more specifically than just looking at them differently, like more specifically, like finding the hidden truth within any ordinary thing that you may have been looking at all along, right? And this pause and this reflection, and now this Ace of Pentacles here, where you're at the start of it all. You have thrown the seed, and you've covered the dirt with the dirt, and you've sprinkled some water, and the sun is shining, and it is time to bring, you know, your manifestations forth. Like, bring your intentions into being. Bring, you know, set the plans in motion with a good, solid sense of conviction. You know, this is not a wishful thinking type of intention. This is very steady, focused, practical, growing energy, you know, like really fertile ground energy. Like, you've created within yourself a space for ultimate new adventure. Like, really, like, you know, this ace is a start. So like you may have an inkling of what you're bringing and what you're about to do, but it feels to me like a jungle. Like, you think you're planning a nice, luxurious vegetable garden, you know, that will yield like nourishment. You are actually, it's like a jungle. It's going to be wild. It's going to be beautiful, colorful, filled with song, filled with just creatures beyond imagination. Like, it feels really beautiful. I get an amazing vibe for you, for energy that's falling on you right now, falling over you, cascading over you, like just moisture under the canopy, you know. Like, it's just, oh wow, there's so much wildness coming through here. I'm a little overwhelmed, to be honest. Super overwhelmed with this one. In a good way. But I mean, energetically, as like someone who's trying to get into energy and give you something, I'm kind of in awe of the goodness that is coming your way. Can I have more information about what lies ahead for number 3? Ten of Pentacles. Wow. 9 of Wands. So the 10 of Pentacles is that, you know, that end goal, that abundance, and that and maybe, you know, family and just kind of home and putting it all together. And, you know, Ace to 10, starting, getting there. And the 9 of Wands is the warrior energy. It's the courage and the self-motivation and the like taking it on, you know, energy. Like, it just, for what is coming for you, what lies ahead for you, it feels like you just really being in your power and reigning. You know, this isn't a court card, but really just reigning over your abundance that you're bringing. Really taking on any challenge with ease. Really just having a positive, optimistic outlook, maybe for a change, that is. Just feeling generally self-possessed, you know, like really self-aware and you know, like ownership of your actions, ownership of your responsibilities, and a graciousness in taking those on, and just a strength in handling it all. Like, it's like you're gonna make it look easy. You've made it look easy here. Like, you're just coming into a time of your time and ease and wow. Okay. Tell me more about how group 3 can ease into center in the next season. 5 of Swords. You got to keep drama to a minimum. Keep it out of your life. Keep conflict and drama. Like, let that shit, like, get out of the way. Like, you're bigger than that. You're better than that. And the King of Wands, yeah. So, yeah, 5 of Swords representing here. Let me put this here. Five of Swords representing here like this, like I said, like this drama and this conflict and pettiness that you're just bigger than. You know, King of Wands doesn't have time for that. Nobody got time for that. Like, King of Wands is smooth and powerful and abundant in a way that is charming and you know, it's easy for other people to be jealous of you in this energy, like of someone in King of Wands energy. It's easy for others to kind of hate, you know, what is it called? Like, I don't know, they just want what they haven't got. They look at a King of Wands and they're like, damn. And like less secure people will be like, try to trip that up, and like, you know, if they can't have it, they don't want anyone else to have it, and just feel kind of, you know, they might kind of come at you with this shitty energy, and you just have to be like, nah, I don't really have time for that, you know? So, okay. So for number 3, tell me more about what does number 3 need to know about all this powerful influence? 2 of Swords, 5 of Wands. So something else you need to know about this influence that you have or will have is, you know, you have to be very discerning about your, how do I put this? Like what kind of fights you're willing to even engage in. Like, it's like you have to look at a situation with clarity and keeping in mind what you stand to lose, what is worth your time. You know, have all the facts before you jump to any conclusions, but be very, very particular in what you're willing to fight about and what you're willing to be upset about and throw you off at all. Like, this is just feels like I said, you know, this King of Wands energy where people just naturally out there in this world, especially if you're doing things online, you might have to deal with complete strangers who want to send negative shit your way. And I don't just mean energetically, I mean like real, like saying offhanded shit or whatever it is. Like, you know, anything that is not serving your better interests and your growth and your, you know, ultimately lending to all the good of your potential, like, just don't leave it, you know? Like I said here, when you say you don't have time for that, it's really just a repeat over here. This 2 of Swords and 5 of Wands, to me, is just really just you being like, you know, deciding whether or not it's worth it, and you know, where you're going to invest energy. Okay. Now, beautifully enough, all 3 readings have been very self-focused. There haven't been tons of romance and love issues arising in this first set of questions, but in fairness, because inquiring minds want to know, I will be asking, and you don't have to take it if you don't want it, but I am asking about romantic energy. So what kind of romantic energy, and when I say romantic, I'm talking about love connections and stuff, but because I think there's a lot of different, it's hard to, speaking of love and romance is difficult because I find myself thinking of a lot of things in romantic ways. I think of art and my children in romantic ways, you know, like, so, but what I'm talking about is more specifically like intimate, sexual, chemical attraction, love, you know what I'm talking about. But I like to say that because words have weight, and I don't always use the same words as everyone else, and I just want to make sure we're on the same page at this point in the reading. I'm just talking about romance connections, love connections. What kind of love energy, romance energy is number 3 seeing happen in the next season? 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, you may be very, very guarded and focused on yourself, and you may have walls up, you may have a sort of defensiveness around your heart, to be honest. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but let's get more about it. Romance in the coming season for number 3. 10 of Wands. One more. 2 of Cups. All right, well, I didn't want to speak too very soon with this 10 of Wands, but to me, this is you really stepping into a commitment and taking on a responsibility of an actual intimate relationship. I think this will be after some time of, you know, guardedness and discernment around your heart and your romantic connections, and kind of like blocking the, you know, the stuff that isn't for you, and kind of really just only wanting anything that's good. Only bringing in the best for yourself, what's meant to be, really believing in what is meant to be will be. And then this 10 of Wands, I wanted to say, it is the stepping into a committed, exclusive relationship is what I'm getting, and you know, taking on that responsibility of another person's heart and giving a little bit of yours, you know, giving someone else the responsibility of your heart, and taking on the weight of what it is to communicate with one another, and to spend time and exchange that energy and enjoy that energy. And the 2 of Cups is speaking of, you know, for me, it felt like confirmation of what I felt when I saw this 10 of Wands, of when I said, like, I felt like stepping into a commitment. This is a good one. If you have been hoping to manifest the right one, if you've been waiting for, you know, like I said here, like, you know, wanting only what is meant for you and believing that it will come. Look at this 4 of Pentacles card. I love it. The reason I'm asking you to look at it is because it's just so guarding of your energy, you know? And like I said, this belief that what is meant for you will come and will be there. And I feel that you, with all of this other energy, like trusting your instincts and feeling like an upgrade in your what you have to offer and what you're bringing in, and this self-empowered and self-possessed energy, and this like abundance, and the smooth ass King of Wands down here, all of that just really speaking to you, being like, I don't want to waste my time. I'm not interested in wasting my time with anybody who's gonna hurt me, use me, fuck with my energy, right? And then you find yourself like ready to fall into something with someone. I don't mean fall like free fall, but like, you know, enter into something that requires, you know, care and nurture. And with the 2 of Cups being, you know, the soul bond, the ultimate love connection, like really just coming into quite possibly a soulmate connection, or one that feels like one, you know, like something good, something nourishing, something mutual. That's beautiful. Is there any other message about a potential soulmate coming in for number 3? We have a 6 of Swords. That's that moving forward energy. Yeah, I get the feeling, and I got it here, that you've just been feeling underappreciated, undervalued in the past, and like you felt like other people weren't seeing your worth, and you wanted to move forward. You know, now you want to move forward with only the best and into like better. You know, like you want to get to like drama-free, just goodness, you know, and love and like support. And I see that this is the type of connection that reads for you during the next season, whether it's already in or coming in, is one that helps take you into the kind of energy you wanted in your connection, not some of the bullshit, you know. I'm gonna say fuck boy, but it could be girl, I guess. I don't know what the equivalent is. You want to let go of like superficial, shallow energy drains and move into like something significant and good. And that's what this particular card is telling me, is that about the connection coming in is going to just feel just leagues above anything you were doing, you know, like really quality is what I get. And another one about a possible soulmate coming in, or, you know, the energy of a connection. Whoa, the energy of a connection in the coming season, the next season for number 3. 3 of Pentacles. This is going to be someone that you really feel is your equal, and that's mutual. You're going to feel like together you can build, make new things happen. There's a real sense of how together you'll be able to make each other's lives just so much more enhanced and so much more glorious, and everything that each of you has to offer will be amplified by the other. And this really goes back to this vibe that I was talking about, this tribal kindred, you know, peer energy. Like there's this feeling here of just people around you valuing you and appreciating you and finding each other, and it being reciprocal, you know. And then here, more specifically, one of those people looks to be quite possibly a romantic partner and a love connection, and with the 2 of Cups, a soulmate, you know, maybe. And so that's a really beautiful thing. This is someone that you'll know that it's better than what you've been doing. This is someone who's a higher quality than people who have maybe recently or in the past taken your time. And then, you know, that feeling of hope and optimism that the 2 of you together can be very like it's a worthwhile investment, and then you'll be able to like really make shit happen, you know. Can I have another kind of final message for number 3 around the coming season? 2 of Wands. It's in your hands. It's yours for the taking. Just going after whatever you want, knowing what it is, and making the move. And I feel for you. I just get it's just really your time. Like it's really, you have to believe that. There's a lot here in your reading energetically that just tells me a lot of everything that that you can do and will do. Is simply a matter of knowing you can and believing you can and doing it. You have a lot of power, and you're, you know, whether or not you choose to use it and how you choose to use it is entirely your will. Connectedness spiritually through love and friends and siblings and cousins and ancestral guidance and all of this is all there for you to support you, but there's a lot of free will involved in your reading that's based in believing for you. I think that's a big, it's a big component in your reading here, is that you can really just set your mind to have things go how you want. So yeah, that's what I get for you, group 3, Black Amethyst, Wolf, Star, beautiful. Yeah, I hope you got something from it, and I will hopefully be seeing you again. Bye.